Okay, beautiful people. I will just tell you this, the financial freedom alchemy codes, they work. I will just say this, they've been working for me, they've been working for other people. All the codes have been working like crazy. And the cool thing about it is that you can wear the code and you can embody the vibration of whatever the code is putting out there and whatnot. But what happens is wearing the code and just having it, it's it's almost like this little beacon of vibration, meaning that think about an air freshener and how you plug an air freshener into the wall and it does its thing and spreads aromas and mists of lavender and potpourri across the room and stuff like that. And basically kind of what's happening right now is I wore something kind of similar, but I was just kind of in that business vibration and whatnot of financial freedom. And literally anyone who the people, dude, it's just people randomly approach me during the day and they tell me little things that I should do. And I'm like, thank you. And this guy, I was in Walmart, he just came up to me and he was like, oh, you? I was like, yes, me. But we just had a random, spontaneous, off-the-cuff conversation. And basically what happened was him and I were just chatting and he told me some crazy stuff which completely changed my business perspective. And then I started meeting people and hanging out with people who almost everybody was like, Alexander, what's your business plan? Hey, what's your business plan? They were literally the people around me were getting me focused. And I'm like, whoa, this is really interesting. I just have been wearing this for 30 minutes and everybody around me is literally trying to push me to succeed, which is interesting and very funny. But I want to say yesterday and last night, I had this thing where it's literally, one of my friends, David, came over and him and I did some stuff. Nasty, nasty people. Did some business stuff. And him and I pumped out this beautiful, beautiful business plan about how to take the current business that I'm at from we basically, think about John F. Kennedy back in the 1950s and 60s and stuff, whenever he was hey guys, let's go to the moon. Basically, we just laid out the foundation and the blueprint to take my business to the moon. And it wasn't something that I could have ever done myself. The blueprints were always just kind of laying there, but literally we kind of took my business, we took my business to the moon yesterday. Now, creating the blueprints and creating the action plans is only one part of it. And something I'll say, I recently installed these whiteboards across my house and whatnot. I got them from Home Depot, and basically it's costs $15 each or something like that. $50 total for for them or whatever, because you actually get them cut. But getting a whiteboard will actually help you write your ideas out on a big piece of paper, or get a big piece of paper, get lots of paper or something like that. I always do my action plans on unlined paper. Basically, I do it on printer paper and I turn it from here to the side. So it's basically, I just kind of write on it. I write on a blank piece of paper and I turn it this way. Yeah, blank piece of paper. But, that's in case you don't have a whiteboard. If you can get a whiteboard, even if it's a decently sized one, I highly recommend that, because some of the best ideas I've ever had in my life have come through writing on whiteboards, which is cool and great. But let's talk today about change in megahertz, jump-starting potential energy, serving as a blueprint, or, business plan, transmuting itself effortlessly from kinetic energy into activation. Because basically, I just said this number code off the top of my head. Came out with 2 number codes today. My recommendation is wear the activation one, the one that says activate, on your left hand, wear the one that says, business plan, the other one on your right hand. That's just my personal take on it, and that's what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the day. But even on top of that, one of the biggest things is it's important to get your business into vibrational alignment with yourself. And here's what I mean. If you are following anything that any other person is doing out there, meaning that you're somebody has laid out a blueprint of 20 steps, 21 steps to success, where if you follow these steps, you're going to succeed and whatnot. Well, listen, you can follow those 21 steps and you can have almost same or similar success that the other person's had, but literally the best something that I've started doing is I've been taking everything that's out there and making it my own. And specifically what I mean by that is I have literally been taking, whenever I say like taking everything, it's like, what works with me? I ask myself, what works with me? What makes me feel good? Like, we were, me and my friend were talking last night, and he was like, oh yeah, but, we were doing all these, listing out all the techniques for our business, how to scale it, how to grow it. And I was like, you know what? I was like, this isn't me. I was like, I don't want this. It's like, what is something that is so uniquely me that only I could do, only I could execute it, only I could not so much I, because the universe does the work, but it's just like, what's something that's so uniquely me that I would feel so drawn, so inspired to put all my energy, all my action, all my effort into it. And basically what ended up happening was I said, you know what, forget what everyone else is doing. I was like, I want to do something that's kind of along the lines of what they're doing, but I want to do it Alexander style. Yeah, it's like doing it Alexander style, which is, better than freestyle or their style or this style or doggy style or pop, whatever. All the styles out there. It's just like, what is Alexander style? And, for you, it's, let's say that you have a business, but you can do the same thing that everyone else is doing, but, if your name is Julie, do it Julie style. If your name is Pat, do it Pat style. If your name is Robin, do it Robin style. Like, it's just like, do whatever you do in your style, in your fashion, in your way. And the thing that I found is it's just like, whenever you do that, oh my God, the universe will completely unlock the blueprints of the universe for like the best vibrational business for you, for whatever it is that you're doing. But you got to do it your style. Like, that's the big thing. It's just kind of along the lines of, guys, it's just like, you got to do you. Like, I'ma do you. Wait. I'ma do me, you would do you, something like that. I totally forget how the song goes, but you do you, I'ma do me. And here's the funny thing, by being talk about like Abraham Hicks, being selfish. Like, this is like be selfish, but it's like, be yourself. Like, literally, guys, the codes are written out there in our songs, in our movies, in everything. Be yourself, just like be yourself. Do yourself, like do your own business. You can have the same type of business that everyone has. Maybe you own a coffee shop or something like that. But you want to make some, let's say that you have a coffee shop. Don't try to make it the next Starbucks. Don't try to make it like the next Joe Schmo's coffee across the street. If your name is like Francine, make it Francine's coffee shop, because what's going to happen is Francine is going to attract these people who are coming specifically to her coffee shop, who are so uniquely, like, they want what Francine has to offer. Like, for me, I've been doing some interesting stuff with my relationship life, where it's just like, I have been like really kind of stepping into my power, and it's just like, people are getting very, I'll just say, it's one thing is like, the women have been like really responding very interestingly, where it's just like, either one, they won't talk to me. That happens. Two, they just kind of like giggle, but they laugh away. Or three, they're like, oh my God, you're so perfect. I'm like, yeah, like, I know, I'm pretty awesome. But even, not trying to like brag about how awesome I am with women, because here's the thing. It's just like, I love women, but I love myself. Like, that's the best way I can put it. And it's just kind of like, be yourself in the best possible way that you could ever imagine. And, whether that's, hey, even if you're a chick, okay, let's say that you're trying to get like a guy or something like that. The way that I've been like attracting women to my life is, it's just like, if you know me, you know that I'm pretty kind of weird, kind of crazy, kind of, I say connected, and just like, very, very divinely connected. But I've been like, I tell people straight up, it's like, I'm like an energy healer. Yeah, I'm like a shaman part-time, like, do all this stuff, like I'm in a law of attraction, like this. And either one, they have no clue what you're talking about. But two, if they do, they're like, oh my God, who are you and where have you been all my life? Like, let's say that you're a painter and you're a chick and you're a painter, and you're a photographer, or you're some type of artist. Like, embrace that part about yourself. Like, I remember there was this girl, she lives in Canada, and I remember I think she lives in like Vancouver, something like that. She's one of my Facebook friends, and I like clicked on her like profile, and she has like these like capes and these like masks, and she was like wearing all these things, and like she she's really interesting. And at first I was like, oh, she's kind of weird. Just being honest. But then I was like, you know what? Her weirdness is actually a turn on for me. I was like, I like it. I was like, she's so weird in like the hottest, sexiest way possible. And what I'm saying is like, whether you have a business plan, whether you're trying to attract a relationship, build a business, make money, like do whatever, your weirdness, your unique, because it's not really so much weirdness, but it's your uniqueness, your unique selling point, your USP, unique selling proposition, your USP, you being you, be you, be you. You being you is the sexiest thing that you could possibly do. You being you is the sexiest thing that you could possibly do. Hey, hey. It rhymes, but yo, you being you is the sexiest thing that you can possibly do. So what I'm saying is, making like a call to activation, not a call to action, call to activation, but it's just like, yo, activate yourself, inspire yourself to be you as much as you can right now, right here, right now, right here, right now. Yo, be you, be you. Brigham University or whatever, Baylor. But here's the thing, guys. It's just like, be you, be yourself, be you. If your name is John, be John. If your name is Alexander, be Alexander. Because here's the thing. Whenever you try to act like something, whenever you try to be someone else, woo, that's when you get stung. That's when you get like bit. That's when you're like, that's so hard. It's so frustrating. No. Be you. And what happens is, be yourself and let the universe light your path. So anyways, that's kind of what this whole thing has been about. It's just like, yo, be yourself. Like, genuinely, truly be yourself. But anyways, guys, I hope that you're having a phenomenal day. I'm going to go put these rubber bands on and say activate myself towards some action and just like making these things happen. But listen, you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. Alexander, check it out. Cheers.